So, Janae, one of the things we do talk about on the Adrenaline Zone is risk. And I'm just curious, are there any risks that an opera singer experiences that the average listener might not really be aware of? What gets you nervous? What do you have to deal with in terms of risk?
Hmm.
Maybe you get sick before the performance,
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
or I can't imagine you forget your lines or anything like that. But what
Oh, no,
is it
that happens all the time.
so you just make it
Really?
up, right?
Yeah, but nobody knows. Nobody, the conductor knows, but
Yeah.
that's why we're professionals, because it's like,
There you go.
okay, that happened.
You
Yeah,
deal with.
no, but yep, but health for sure. I mean, being a singer is, whew, it's a little stressful because if I don't have my voice, I can't perform, And so staying healthy is just um at the top of my to-dos, especially with traveling, and it's really difficult, but I've found my regimen, that I'm sometimes even able to sing sick depending, but that's definitely a risk, the health factor. And what else? I mean, I don't know if it's a risk, but it's definitely a sacrifice. I've missed so many holidays and birthdays, and relationships aren't the easiest, because you're traveling on the road all the time. Um, so those aren't necessarily risks, but definitely not
Yeah.
an easy aspect of the thing.
It's the other side of it. So what happened during COVID? Did you guys kind of do online opera the
COVID
way
was
some of
tough.
the yeah.
Yeah, because, we couldn't gather. We couldn't be in groups. So all of my operas were canceled. Um, some of the companies paid us, some of them didn't. And we just kind of had to reconfigure. So I did a lot of online performances. Did a lot of panels. Couple of companies, LA Philharmonic, that was really cool. They flew me out to sing at the Hollywood Bowl to an empty stadium.
Hmm.
And they simulcast that performance, which was that was special, actually. It was really special to do that because I'd never sung for an empty audience before, especially the Hollywood Bowl, which seats however many, 20,000, I don't know. So that was cool. And then I just got really creative. I went to Washington, D.C. when we were allowed to travel, and I did this project called Monuments of Hope. And a friend and I, because we were outside, we went to different monuments and we paired songs with it, and he did the video work. So that's really cool. It's on YouTube. You can see that. And we paired songs with the different monuments, which was really powerful. Um, I did this panel. It was also a difficult time because George Floyd, I remember 2020, that was tough. There was just a lot going on. And so I moderated this panel because LA Opera wanted me to sing a virtual recital. And I was so heartbroken. I couldn't sing. I couldn't make music, but I said, I'm open to moderating a panel so we can just talk. And so I gathered some of my closest colleagues, and we spoke about what we go through as African American opera singers. Uh, and it was kind of very informative, not kind of, it was very informative and transformative in the classical music world because people see us on stage, and um, we're being applauded and all of that stuff, but it's not always so pretty. And so that was a moment that was very, like I said, transformative in the classical music world because we spoke our truth, and then it um, catapulted a whole initiative in the classical music world, to
Wow, that's
diversify.
powerful.
Yeah, and it's on also on YouTube. If you just search LA Opera panel, Janae Bridges, diversity. Yeah, and so it just kind of sparked this international reckoning, actually, in the classical music world, and how diversity was just more necessary. So yeah, I did a lot of things during COVID.
Given that, what advice would you give to young artists who are entering classical music? What should they focus on? What should they think about?
I mean,
Yeah.
there's so much. I think most importantly, like you have enough to say, like, you are enough. I think a lot of times as musicians, we're comparing ourselves to others. I want to be like this singer or this musician or this instrumentalist, and knowing that your voice and your instrument is enough to be heard. There's no one like it. We each have our own personal story and voice to be heard. So that's one thing. And then also, like, if you really want a career in it, you got to put the work in. It doesn't just
Yeah.
happen.
Doesn't happen.
You know,
Yeah. That's really good advice.
I think you're treat it like an athletic endeavor, like you have.
Absolutely. It's like the dream is the first step. You got to really want it and love it. And you have to put the work into it, because I think some people think, oh, it's just going to happen. Luck is, a part of the equation, maybe, but controlling what you can is the most important aspect. So, and you can control your practice, you can control the effort that you put in. You can't necessarily control who's going to take interest in you or hire you or give you an opportunity. But if you get the opportunity and you're not ready, none of it matters.